Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and I've got a box from Sweetwater with some pedals in here that I actually personally requested from them. I've got two of the new Maestro pedals, the Fuzz-Tone FZM and the Discoverer Delay effects pedal. Discoverer? Feels a little bit awkward. Got a whole bunch of candy here. My dentist will be excited about that. So let's get into it. The moment I saw these launched, I was like, I gotta check out that fuzz. The Maestro Fuzz-Tone is just like an infamously classic fuzz. This claims to, do the sounds that it does. I've never owned like a full-on dedicated FZ1 style fuzz, so I'm really excited to check this out. Really cool sticker. I usually keep all the stickers with the boxes. I might have to keep that for me. There we go. I honestly love that they didn't try to reinvent the logo and kind of the aesthetic of the brand. Maestro is owned by Gibson, by the way. This is a Gibson brand. Cool case design. I know that the LEDs are the little trumpets down here. I like the knob design. Top jacks on these. The screws. There's screws on the side, so you won't be able to push them completely flat against each other. I know there's going to be someone out there who's just livid over that. And then I figured, as long as I'm requesting one of these, I might as well request two. I asked for the delay as well because I like delay also. There's other stuff in the line, overdrive, distortion. I think there was a flanger. But fuzz and delay are the two out of the group that I thought best fit what I like to mess around with. I'm going to use my Fender Player Plus Strat starting out. I'm sure I'll move over to a bass and a baritone at some point. Maybe I'll try a different guitar as well. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, I'm going to use my two Princeton's rig. All right, here is my clean tone. That was the bridge pickup. Here is the neck pickup. All right, let's check out the FZM. All the knobs at noon. The switch here is set to classic. I was on the neck pickup. Here's the bridge humbucker. Right off the bat, obviously very responsive to output levels from your pickups. It's got that loose grit, torn speaker thing going on that I love. It's really bright. I'm sure I'll be able to dial around that. It's not excruciatingly bright or anything like that. It's reasonably bright. You gotta do it, right? All right, let's check out the range of the attack. Pull back the tone a bit. off the bat, I'm into it. Wow, it goes all the way clean. I like that. I like how light and gritty that gets. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I love how primal and raw and gnarly it is on that classic setting. I like that. It's doing what I imagine an FZ1 sounds like. Like I said, I've never owned a proper FZ1 or FZ1 clone. But that's like what's in my mind as far as what that pedal sounds like, you know? I love it. I love how just raw and nasty and old school it sounds. It's doing that. I always say that the best fuzzes sound broken, at least a little bit broken, and it definitely has that like, is that how it's supposed to sound? kind of vibe going on. Oh, I love that. I legitimately do. Check out the full range of the tone control, then I'm going to switch to that modern setting. I think with the tone rolled all the way off, it's actually hitting where most people would start with the tone control on a modern fuzz. It's still got plenty of high end going on, but man, it gets super bright, doesn't it? Oh man, just an earful of razor blades with that. I think that's where I like it. All right, let's check out the modern setting now. Oh, that changes quite a bit. It's throaty. The classic setting is really bright and brittle and razor blade sharp. Kind of hollow EQ wise, and in that modern setting, it's got this nice mid push going to it. It loses that kind of like brittle, ice picky razor blade to your eardrum sort of sound. It's not a muff. I'll say that. It doesn't sound like a muff to me. I was half expecting it to be a muff and to have like that full, heavy, like big muff kind of modern saturation going on, but it doesn't. The gain is still pretty light and broken up compared to a lot of modern fuzzes. That EQ shift might honestly be the biggest difference, because I'm not hearing a huge change in the gain character. Yeah, it's some kind of extra filtering over that. Barkier, more of that mid kind of like hump going on in there. That's probably going to cut through your mix way better in a band scenario than the classic setting. Oh, that's still nasty though. That gets super duper bright. Jeez. I think for anyone who is very early fuzz sound curious, like early psychedelic fuzz sounds, early kind of like glitched out recording sorts of sounds, I think this is like a clear no-brainer as far as fuzz pedals that you should probably be checking out. I'm excited. I'm excited to spend some real time with this and figure it out. little bit of glitchiness there with that switch. All right, let's check out the delay now. I should probably do a tuning check after all that wiggle stick abuse. Just barely out of tune after all that. Good job, Strat, you did it. Okay, the delay. I don't know if this is based on anything. I mean, it sure is based on something, but I don't know if it is based on an earlier Maestro circuit. The Maestro Discoverer delay is designed to deliver authentic analog BBD delay sounds that are warm, organic, classic, and inspiring. So it is an analog delay. Oh, interesting. There's a picture of the circuit board inside, and there's trim pots in there that they're pointing to. Internal trim pots. 2 internal trim pots allow the user to adjust the rate, speed, and width, sweep range, of the modulation that operates when the mode switch is in the up mod on position using a small screwdriver. Turn clockwise to increase, counterclockwise to decrease the modulation rate and width. That's interesting. Does the Fuzz have trim pots? No, nothing indicated showing trim pots in the Fuzz. I should probably get into the guts of both of these though at the end of the video. Off to a good start. Infinite repeats, maybe? Oh, it falls apart quick. Whoa! That's pretty great. It degrades the repeat so much that it goes to this really freaked out, nasty, garbly static. Oh, that sounds pretty. Wow. It's got a really rich analog delay, like squarely analog delay sort of thing going on there. I really like the way that the repeats break up on that at the end. Oh, that's fun. Yes, yes, I like, that's got a lot of personality. Oh, for sure, I like that. How much time is that? Feels like 500 milliseconds. Let's see if it says. Might be a little faster, 400 to 500, somewhere in that range. Oh, interesting. The delay range is from 20 milliseconds all the way up to 600 milliseconds. So above 500, but still about half a second, realistically. Like a slap back thing. I love that. It's got a really nice tonality to it. It has a really interesting tonality to it. Delay is one of those things where you don't always think of it as a tone effect, but it totally is. Like, yeah, a digital delay classically is just completely flat representation of what you already played. But when you get into analog sounds, each different analog style of circuit changes the sound in some sort of way, and this feels really unique to me. I'm wondering if I should have ordered more pedals from this line. I really like what's going on here. I'm really bonding with the tonality of this. It's like they could have been marketing this as like a tape echo because it's got that kind of like echoplex sort of thing going on. Murky and dirty, and the way those repeats break up is really, really fun. That modulation, the way it's set up right now, it's got this pretty lush but fast modulation, which is an interesting choice. It sounds like organ vibrato, the way it's set up right now. I like that a lot. And then the fuzz, I honestly was expecting them to chicken out and do a very modern, kind of big muffy take on a fuzz, something really, really heavy and saturated. But I love that they stayed with that very vintage, very true to the original kind of vibe. Torn speaker, really loose, bright, piercing razor blade grit on there. That was a bold choice. It's not a safe choice to do that. And I'm glad that they did, because people like me have gone on all sorts of journeys in our life trying to find pedals that do those sounds. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I love how dynamic that fuzz is. You pick light and it's not fuzzy. This is $149. Now, usually with delays, especially when you're comparing a fuzz to a delay, I would have expected this to be like $189, maybe even push above $200, because that's the way things have been going these days. $159 for that. There's only a $10 difference between these two. This is a Gibson brand, and honestly, I would have expected them to, do their Gibson pricing thing and have everything be a bit closer to a more premium price, but those are very normal pedal prices. Very normal, like production level, factory production level pedal prices on that. And they've got a lot of character, a lot of personality. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting this to have, like the classic setting on here and have it be like, okay, there's the novelty of that, but really you want to be up here on the modern where it's a big, heavy, saturated, kind of distortion style fuzz. And they didn't do that. And then I was expecting this to be very run-of-the-mill. And it's not. It's got a lot of personality to it. I'm honestly surprised. I was expecting less. I'm going to say, I'm being honest here. I was expecting much less. That's cool. And then the aesthetics are really, really fun too. I love these knobs. These are knobs that I would like buy to put on an amp or a guitar or something like that. Actually, I keep knobs that are very similar to this on my parts Strat. They were knobs that came off of an old Yamaha amp. They're push-on knobs. They don't have a screw. There we go. But they've got the little half thing there. So you can't just grab them and put them on something else unless it has a little half thing. I love the printed top look with all the retro appointments. The LED kind of split look here is super cool. The original case is super cool here. Well, original in that this is their own case design, but a folded steel case is, it's not a brand new thing, but I love that they're going with that vintage kind of look. Top jacks, a lot of people love that. All right, I'm going to run a baritone through this now. This is one of those videos where there's going to be a lot of extra editing on my side because I've just spent like a full hour just wandering around, exploring these, having fun. And there was good moments and there were bad moments. And I've got to find them all now. Yeah. That sweet little like vocal wah, 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 wah thing there. The way the repeats break up into grade and turn into that, I love it. I love that. I got some advice off of TikTok concerning learning to play bass, and what they said was you can play wrong notes. Play all the wrong notes you want as long as it's in time. I'm pretty sure I've got the wrong notes part covered. I could do that just fine. But in time, I don't know. I make no promises. But this might be useful to the long guitar players out there that want to hear what these pedals sound like with a bass running through them. Unfortunately, I'm not recording through a bass amp, so it's going to sound like I'm running through guitar amps. But still, I think it'll be a decent representation. People have been saying that this has been working out, me playing bass at the end. So let's see. What does this sound like? Considering this is so like dynamic friendly, it might actually be pretty good. But it is super duper bright. On the modern setting. I think that works. Roll the tone all the way back. What do you think, long guitarists? Does that fuzz work for bass? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm sold on that. yeah, I'm into it. The price point, I think, is fair. It's not excellent. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the price on these. But it's the fact that it is a Gibson product and it's in a normal price range is impressive to me for some reason. I love the aesthetic. I love that they leaned into the classic sound of the Maestro Fuzz. I don't have one to compare against, an original classic one or, you know, a faithful reproduction. I don't know if this is a faithful reproduction, but it's giving me that vibe of that early psychedelic sort of fuzz sound that I've heard on so many recordings. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the delay has so much personality and character. It's an analog delay, but it does a lot of the really gritty, glitchy things that I love to find in analog delays. Yeah, good job. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments. Support us on Patreon, buy a shirt if you're naked. Huge thanks to Sweetwater for sourcing me with these pedals and providing me with a fresh batch of candy to keep my children calm throughout the day. They need their candy or they stage a revolt. All right, bye everyone. Stay grounded.